We will now look at an example for a stem and leaf display. Let's begin with a definition. A stem and leaf display is a tool that organizes and groups the data while allowing us to see the actual values that make up the data set. Typically, what we will see happen is, for example, if we have a data value of 35, we will allow part of the number to be the stem, normally the first digit, and we will assign part of the number to be the leaf, typically the second digit. In the case that we have a three-digit number, for example, 417, you will normally see the first two digits being the stem and the third digit being referred to as the leaf. So let's look at an example of how we draw the stem and leaf display. Our example gives us a data set and asks us to construct a stem and leaf display. As we look at the data set, we see that all of our numbers are two-digit numbers, which means that the first number is going to be the stem and the second number is going to be the leaf. We also notice that all of our values are either in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s. So I'm going to begin my stem and leaf plot by listing out the possible stems for the numbers. For the numbers that are in the 20s, the stem would be 2. For the numbers that are in the 30s, the stem would be 3. For the 40s, we would have a stem of 4. For the 50s, those numbers have a stem of 5. For the 60s, we have a 6. And numbers in the 70s will have a 7 as their leading digit. And then we're going to draw a vertical line that's going to separate the stems from the leaves. Next, we're going to go to each individual data value, beginning with the 29. So the 29 has a stem of 2 and a leaf of 9. And so I'm going to write the 9 right there next to the 2. Our next value is 31, which has a stem of 3 and a leaf of 1. Our next value is also 29. And so again, we're going to say that that number would have a stem of 2 and a leaf of 9. The 43, stem of 4, leaf of 3. The 56, stem of 5, leaf of 6. And we're going to continue through the data set. So the 60, we'll put the 0 here. The 62, here's the stem of 6, the leaf of 2. The 59, 58, 32, here's the stem of 3, the leaf of 2. 47, 27, 50, 28, 71, 72, 44, 45, 44, and finally 68. And so that completes our stem and leaf display. You can see that each piece of the original data can be seen in the stem and leaf display. Also, often you will see a legend that helps explain how the data was set up. For example, you might have written at the bottom of a stem and leaf display something along this line, that 2 with a slash between the 2 and the 9 represents a data value of 29. So sometimes you'll see that at the bottom of the graph just to tell you how to interpret the graph.